Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. And don't forget to loaf and lubricate. If your lips are dry, use chapstick. And as the winter weather comes on, your skin may get dry, so don't forget to hydrate as much as you can. It's Tuesday, Song Day from Lutheran Summer Camp. It only takes a spark to get a fire going. And soon all those around will warm up to its glowing. That's how it is with God's love. Once you've experienced it, you want to share, you want to pass it on. How I wish for you, my friend, all the happiness that I've found. You can depend on Him, it matters not where you're bound. I'll shout it from the mountain tops. I want my world to know the Lord of love has come to me. I want to pass it on. Well, even if you can't say that love has come to you, do you know that you're wealthy with respect to all good things? Even if you're struggling with some kind of health issue, your well being is so much more proportionate than your non well being. Your well being is still dominant. I use my own life and anatomy as an example. Even though I'm struggling with a number of comorbidities, my nails still grow. If I get a cut, my body still heals it. All the other functions that are not what I am dealing with are still working perfectly. So much more so than the few things that are wrong with my anatomy. So that's what I mean when I say we're all wealthy with respect to good things. Realize how much your body miraculously is helping you, even if you're struggling with various kinds of issues. Now, I'm always talking about how do we make choices that bring us closer to joy. Well, the first thing is give yourself time, right? Take time for that which takes time, whether you're learning to play a musical instrument or conjugate a verb or throw a pot. You got to repeat things again and again, and you have to chunk out time away from the rest of your life, out of the social net, in order to do that. And so sometimes, although life is moving all around us and demands certain things of us, you still have to dig your heels in and make choices for what works for you. And this is probably the toughest one if you're going to continue to justify where you are. And that is if it's a choice between hanging on and being happy, which do you choose? So I guess if you let go, you're going to choose happiness. Now, one of the problems we have, of course, in doing this is that, everybody has this, looking out for number one, me first. Okay. It's natural, right? If the person bound hand and foot can't free another, you got to work on yourself. But at the same time, we feel sadness when somebody else is hurt. We pity those who suffer. And we're caught between this feeling of wanting to help and wanting to save ourselves. It's a slippery slope, right? A continuum we go back and forth with. But nonetheless, one of the things that helps, at least for me, to quicken the whole process is, as Don Juan said in Carlos Castaneda's books, death is an advisor on your left shoulder, and it doesn't bullshit you. And so you learn that the modern day initiations are ruptures of the status quo. Something happens that breaks up, breaks into, breaks out in your life. You didn't expect it or you didn't want it, but it happened anyway. And that is the path that takes you down into the initiation. And you're going to find out, do you have what it takes to face it? So the real key is to understand that no form is a deviation from spirit when properly accessed. So even when those dark or sideways initiations come and rupture the status quo and take you down, it's an opportunity for you to confront it and find out how is spirit in this particular situation manifesting for me.